Well, he is the second most efficient quarterback in football through 3 weeks, behind only Tua Tagovailoa, whose Miami offense ran up the score against the Denver Broncos with a record 70 points. His name is Brock Purdy. The efficiency is real. We're going to watch some tape because there has been just so much unnecessary talk about Brock Purdy and what he might not be doing or what he might be doing wrong. It's so blown out of proportion and it doesn't consider the big picture. A lot of people are missing the forest because they're staring at one piece of bark on a tree. Maybe they're doing it intentionally to discredit Brock Purdy. I don't know. I don't care. All I care about is the truth. All I care about is watching tape. And the tape from Brock Purdy's performance against the New York Giants was absolutely phenomenal. It's not going to be perfect. It still could be phenomenal, though, because you have to keep in mind the New York Giants are going to blitz Brock Purdy a good 85% of the time, which is an NFL record. There hasn't been a documented blitz rate higher than what we saw in 49ers Giants on Thursday night. And you have to keep in mind that Brock Purdy didn't have a whole lot of time to prepare for this. No full practices to prepare for it because it was a Thursday night game. They only walked through once all week, and that was on Tuesday. So hold off with the Brock Purdy hot takes and just watch the tape. His first throw is going to be coming up, and there were misfires in this game. I'm warning you that there were misfires. But what matters is how you bounce back from adversity, how you convert on third down. 49ers did an awesome job on third down in this game. You just saw one of those misfires. This is going to be a better angle. He's got to go quickly to Deebo Samuel because this is one of those plays where he's pressured very quickly. You see 97 beating Jake Brendel, the center. 97, by the way, that's Dexter Lawrence, one of the best interior linemen in football. So with the win on the right side, Purdy's got to be quick and he's got to be accurate to Deebo Samuel, but he throws it behind him. But as you can see here, it was a really, really tight window for Brock Purdy to find Deebo Samuel. Now, this is an adjustment that Brock is going to make over the course of the game. But if he hits Deebo in front of him, Deebo's probably going to get lit up. That's part of the game when you attack the middle of the field. Defenses are going to be keying on that, and Deebo Samuel's going to have to fight through some bruises. Unfortunately for the 49ers, he did inflict some bruises with the yards after the catch. So Purdy misses behind him. It's not a completion. The world moves on. At least Deebo Samuel doesn't have to take a big hit. So this is third down. The 49ers' first third down of the game. I mentioned they were really good on third down. And you will see why, because Brock Purdy always seems to be in command on third down. Similar route concept, slant to Deebo Samuel. This one, he hits on the money. Deebo, first down signal. I think the all-22 angle is not as good as the end zone angle for some of these plays because we could see what Purdy is seeing when the camera is behind him. You see how he fired that one into Deebo Samuel on time so that the safety crashing down doesn't even have a chance to make contact with Deebo. We'll replay it one more time. We'll pause it right here. That ball's on time. Safety is much higher in this particular situation than he was on the play that saw Brock Purdy miss Deebo Samuel. So if this throw's on time, then Deebo's going to have a chance to fend for himself, to make a couple evasive moves to avoid a big hit. If this throw is not on time, if this comes a split second later, the safety from the top is going to come down. He's going to be ready to decapitate Deebo Samuel. So the quarterback has to protect his receiver. Purdy does a great job. Deebo can duck through some contact. 53, Bobby Okereke does light him up, but that is not until after Deebo has a chance to defend himself. First down, 49ers. Here's one that Brock Purdy gets away with. He threw to George Kittle as if it were man coverage, but George Kittle was actually facing zone coverage. 49ers try some eye candy in the backfield. You're going to see Deebo take the fake handoff, so he doesn't take it. He just fakes the handoff along with Brock Purdy. And now Purdy, against one of these typical New York Giants blitzes, they blitzed on 85% of downs. You see Kayvon Thibodeau, number 5 over here on the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rushers. A blitz is defined as any play that involves more than 4 rushers. Brock Purdy's looking downfield. Brock Purdy steps up. He thinks that George Kittle is going to be open even as he continues his route. Take a look at this freeze frame. Kittle's in the upper right. Kittle is open. That is the gap in the zone. Purdy needs to throw this to George Kittle just sitting down in that gap in the zone. The route cannot just be continuing because Adoree Jackson, who has the zone to the far side of Kittle, is waiting for it there. Good job from George Kittle. Just as George recognizing where the defender is, recognizing just knock the ball away. All 22 may actually be a little bit more useful from this angle. We pause it. You could look at George Kittle at the top of your screen. He's just across the 40-yard line of the New York Giants. You see that wide open space? Purdy needs to throw into the wide open space. It's zoned. So George Kittle can drop down, wait for the football in the soft spot of the zone. But there was some confusion. There was an extra rusher. 49ers were operating a lot of eye candy early. In fact, the first two plays of this game, they ran out of the pistol, which was interesting. We can go back to that a little bit later. Anyway, it seemed that they had ambitious plans to throw downfield early in this game. And there could have just been a confusion here, some kind of man zone confusion. Purdy thought that the throw to Kittle's outbreaking route was safe. It was not safe. George Kittle knocked it away. This is a play that the 49ers will figure out a little bit later in the game. This is something that when they're identifying man or zone coverage and identifying soft spots in the zone, they looked more discombobulated than ever on this first drive, but they still made up for it, as you're going to see on these subsequent plays. By the way, we're calling this Lessons with Lombardi. Margot's mom had the idea. It's a good alliteration, like lunch with Lombardi, lessons with Lombardi. We'll have simpler lessons later on explaining some of this stuff, but this one, we're just going through some of the 49ers game tape. A lot of this I'm watching for the first time. Last week, we had fun watching it for the first time. I got to see the deflected snap off of George Kittle for the first time. Saw me react in real time to that. Christian McCaffrey continues running really, really well. That sets the 49ers up. Now we're going to see a pitch right to Christian McCaffrey. Still running well. I mean, he's the perfect runner for this 49ers system because he can run the outside zone. He can run the interior stuff. Did you see how much the Cowboys struggled to defend the run against the Cardinals? I'm sure Kyle Shanahan, Christian McCaffrey are salivating. But first they have to run against Arizona. And if they put on a hat like they do on all of these plays, I mean, there are hardly any failed blocking run plays for the 49ers. They're already blocking with great cohesion on the ground. If they do that, they're going to be able to move the ball against the Cardinals and then the Cowboys. Play fake for Purdy, looking downfield. Uh-oh, sack. Taken down by Kayvon Thibodeau. So Thibodeau, the Oregon product, he's on the right side here. He's going to be one of the extra rushers. I say the Giants blitzed a lot. Well, the 49ers, they struggle to pick things up on the inside. Neither Colton McKivitz nor Trent Williams, 68 nor 71, gave up a pressure in this game. So clean sheet from both of the 49ers tackles, but the interior did struggle a bit in this game. And then Thibodeau just picks up a sack on cleanup duty. As you can see here, Spencer Burford has lost. Spencer Burford is struggling. That's happening against DJ Davidson, 98, big number 98 in the middle. This probably should have been a hold. Burford, you could tell, is grabbing his jersey. Because of the loss in the middle that has compromised the pocket, Brock Purdy has to go into scramble mode. He starts trying to figure out where the hell can I escape. As he tries to escape, you see on the right side of your screen, that's Kayvon Thibodeau, number 5, outside linebacker, comes in to clean up the mess. So that sack's on Spencer Burford. It's on Spencer Burford, and you give the Giants credit for some of the coverage that they delivered on the back end. Next play, though, 49ers ready to make up for it on third down. This is a phenomenal throw from Brock Purdy to Jauan Jennings. You have to watch the placement of the linebacker here. This is all about beating the linebacker. Look at this. Xavier McKinney, it's actually the safety ranging up, but still playing at linebacker depth. Purdy has to get it by Xavier McKinney, his outstretched arm to Jauan Jennings. So I saw in real time, there's some ridiculous criticism of Brock Purdy. Oh, he threw it a little bit behind Jauan Jennings. Well, yeah. Yes, genius. He threw it behind Jauan Jennings because if he wouldn't have thrown it slightly behind Jauan Jennings, Xavier McKinney could have intercepted or deflected this pass. You could see it from that angle. McKinney breaking from left to right. You're going to see it from Purdy's point of view right now. McKinney breaking from left to right would have gotten his hand on this football if it was placed a little bit further to the left, which would have been in stride for Jennings. You could see it had to be behind him. Absolutely had to be behind him. So this is masterfully executed. Because you look at the very left side of your screen. That's Xavier McKinney, 29. 29 is going to end up shooting to the right to try to take away this throwing lane. Purdy is aware of it. Look at this. He's aware of it. He has got eyes in the back of his head. He knows McKinney's going to be there because he's studied tape. Doesn't even look at McKinney. He's throwing the ball right now. Release is happening as Jennings is coming out of his break. And that throw is exactly where it has to be. So Xavier McKinney cannot get it. That is part of the 49ers' sensational efficiency on third down. I repeat, sensational efficiency on third down. The team went 9 of 16 on third down in this game. So you had some struggles offensively on the early downs, but they figured it out on third downs to make sure that they whipped the Giants. Little screen. We saw a lot of this. This one was to Christian McCaffrey. Deebo Samuel's going to get a few more as this game progresses. Purdy under center. Look at that. The motion out. They empty the backfield. They send both Juszczyk and McCaffrey out. That's called emptying the backfield, setting stuff up, giving opposing defenses a little bit of a headache. I'm curious to see, how do the Giants respond to this? How do they respond to the motion when the 49ers come up to the line of scrimmage? This is what having adaptable playmakers does, because you can line up in straight up I formation, this big time I formation with Kyle Juszczyk and Christian McCaffrey in the backfield. That's going to cause the defense to line up in base, right? They're going to want to have their heavier linebackers, their heavier defensive linemen. They're going to want to be ready for running plays. This is what the 49ers ran on first down. So the tendency so far has been for the 49ers to run on first down. They line up in a run-heavy package. 2 backs, 2 tight ends. But look what happens. They split Juszczyk and McCaffrey out wide. You spread the defense out. You still have your 2 tight ends, but you have nobody in the backfield. Purdy drops into the shotgun. It's a credible threat because Juszczyk can win on the outside. Juszczyk has won on the outside. We all know that McCaffrey can win on the outside. So defenses don't know, based on who the 49ers have in the game before they line up before the snap, they don't know what the formation is going to be. That's why you want to have positionless skill position weapons. So you can do stuff like this. Spread everybody out, leave the defense scrambling. Now Purdy's going to look for McCaffrey, and McCaffrey's got blockers, right? Look, it's hat on a hat on the outside. I think Debo's blocking for him. Colton McKivitz is blocking for him. George Kittle's about to put a hat on a hat. Spencer Burford looking for somebody to block. Spencer Burford does block somebody. I mean, oh my God, he flattened him. Woo! Spencer Burford. That was good. Spencer Burford taking a lot of criticism for some of the pass protection, but look at what happens to Jihad Ward, 55 on this play. Burford on the crackback, 74, bottom of your screen. Boom! Blows him up. That's worth watching one more time. Burford at right guard. Looking for somebody to block. Okay, I think he found Jihad Ward right now, because he knows Ward's going to turn around and start running for the football. Burford's on the hash mark on the left. Watch him. Here comes the explosion. 3, 2, 1. With ease. That's why the 49ers love Spencer Burford. He could get up to that second level, and he could be physical with the athleticism that he has. The pass protection has to improve. We're going to talk about some of that on this tape, but that was a great 49ers type play that we saw. Emptying the backfield, using the adaptability of your skill position weapons, and then using the athleticism of your blockers in space to create a chunk gain. This drive ended in a field goal. Here's a Purdy quarterback sneak to pick up a third down. So the 49ers are going to have first and goal. They're not going to succeed here. And we will take a look at potentially why. Nice little split of the crease there from Brock Purdy. He's now 3 of 3 on quarterback sneaks so far this season. It's going to be one more over the course of this game. All right, fake to McCaffrey. Inaccurate throw to Deebo Samuel. Purdy looks a little bit sped up here. The Giants bring 5 rushers. So this is a first down run blitz from the Giants, just in case the 49ers do hand off to McCaffrey. It could have been RPO. Well, probably a good decision not to hand off. Looks like they're ready to have this play corralled with the run blitz they send. One of the 85% of plays that were run blitzes, and he just misses Deebo Samuel. You always want to hit Deebo on the gimmies because we know that Deebo can break a lot of tackles. That one didn't go the 49ers' way. Second and goal is going to be upcoming. Tried to squeeze one in there on second and goal to Deebo Samuel. Now, this is one of those occupational hazards for a receiver. Bobby Okereke, linebacker, 58. He's angling over toward that first read, angling over. And, it's first read or go. And as you can see here, Jake Brendel is getting beaten bad by Dexter Lawrence. And Lawrence is a game breaker. Purdy has no choice but to go to the first read here. He doesn't have time to turn and pivot over toward Kyle Juszczyk's direction. So you could cry all you want. Oh, Juszczyk is open. Juszczyk is open. Okay, but look at 97 about to eat Purdy for lunch, right? 97 beat Jake Brendel, so he's got to get rid of that throw first read. And he almost gets it in there, but it's a really tight window, and there's a collision there. Bobby Okereke, Deebo Samuel. So this is where the interior pass protection needs to be better for Brock Purdy. We're going to watch it one more time. Just watch center. Don't watch Purdy. Watch center. Jake Brendel, number 64, working against Dexter Lawrence, 97. 97 right off of the snap is going to win. Brendel wasn't quick enough. 97 won. Disabled his hands. 97's a game breaker for a reason. Pro Bowler for a reason. Paid a lot of money for a reason. That's because interior pressure can detonate plays. Takes away the short game, right? Because it forces Purdy to go to the first read and allows Okereke, the middle linebacker here, to just gamble. He gambles. He goes over there, and he's ready to hit Deebo Samuel. So first read or get rid of the football, and Brock Purdy, I don't even think had time to throw that away. That was first read or nothing. Good job from Dexter Lawrence. Third down coming up, more pressure, incomplete. Giants, they bring a double A gap blitz here. So we talk about the historic blitzing rate. Well, here's the double A gapper. You got two players threatening the blitz. Okereke is one of them. And Isaiah Simmons, the linebacker they traded for with the Arizona Cardinals, is the other one of them. So two linebackers are going to be blitzing the A gap. Obviously, you have Dexter Lawrence, 97. He's lined up against Jake Brendel. You have 99, Leonard Williams. He's going to be working on the left side here, facing Aaron Banks, maybe a little bit of Trent Williams. But Thibodeau is the edge rusher, so Williams is probably going to have to angle out to Thibodeau. That's just how a 3-4 pickup works. Actually not. We have Aaron Banks move down, work on help with Dexter Lawrence because of this double A gap blitz, but they're still coming through. So it's a zero blitz. Purdy knows he has to get rid of the ball quickly. Okereke bearing down on him. Purdy buys a couple more steps to see if somebody can get open, but you can only buy so many steps in the NFL. And he lets go. He had a single coverage matchup over there. Deebo Samuel working against Deonte Banks, but it didn't work out. Just in general, I mean, zero blitz, you need a little bit better play call. You need somebody to find themselves open sooner because the 49ers weren't able to pick up all of those rushers. That's part of the trouble with the 85% blitz rate. But as you'll see over the course of this game, the 49ers will find ways to beat it. It's about adjustments and counter adjustments. It's about that chess match, and the 49ers did a fine job with the chess match in this football game. Here's their second drive. Elijah Mitchell in the game now. Finds a little bit of a crease. Not too much yardage, but Elijah Mitchell giving Christian McCaffrey a little bit of a rest here on the second drive of the football game. You will notice, though, that when Christian McCaffrey's not in the game, there's not the same gravitational pull. Well, I mean, we'll watch some of McCaffrey's gravitational pull back when he's out there. All right, this is an elite throw from Brock Purdy to George Kittle. More blitzing action for the Giants. We'll count the rushers right now. We'll see how many they end up bringing. They bring 6. So it's 6 rushers. There's a guy unblocked. It's Kayvon Thibodeau. That's a scary guy to have unblocked. Big body coming in on the right side. So Purdy knows that it's going to be up to Elijah Mitchell probably to chip Thibodeau, get a little bit of him. Yeah, it's a mismatch. It's Elijah Mitchell against Thibodeau. So you have the back protecting the front side, but you know if you're Brock Purdy that back is not going to hold up for a long time against Kayvon Thibodeau. He theoretically needs to hold up long enough for this throw to George Kittle to work. And you can see George Kittle's deploying on his route right now. It's going to be a corner. Purdy, again, what makes Purdy so elite right now in beating the blitz, and he was 20 of 31 for 247 yards, 2 touchdowns, and no interceptions against the blitz. What makes him so good is the minute stuff that he does within the pocket. Because Thibodeau, watch Thibodeau beat Elijah Mitchell here. Doesn't take him long to beat 25 on this play. All right, he's already around him. But while Thibodeau was beating Mitchell, Purdy has taken 2 steps backwards and to the left. He's maneuvered the pocket to be in a position where Thibodeau's not ready to corral him right after beating Mitchell. So this is good movement in the pocket. Purdy is actually backing up as he releases this football, which is perfectly delivered over the head of Deonte Banks. And George Kittle has himself a big gainer, working one-on-one against Xavier McKinney. So let's watch this one more time, because it's fantastic football from Brock Purdy. You can see from this angle what he does within the pocket. All right, takes the snap. Mitchell's coming over to take on Thibodeau. Purdy senses there's going to be danger from that side. He knows he needs to buy a little bit more time. Watch, he's on the hash right now at the 20. He's going to move backwards. He's now to the left of the hash, about a yard or two at the 17. And he lets go that football to 16. Let's go the football as Kittle's coming out of his break. That is how you beat a blitz. That's elite stuff right there from Brock Purdy, beating the blitz to George Kittle on the deep corner route. And, you know, getting it over Deonte Banks' head was impressive too. That was good enough to where I think we got to watch this again from the all-22 angle. Deonte Banks is 25. He's the corner. Okay? So the corner, as soon as he sees this throw going further, not to Kyle Juszczyk, is going to split off of it. If the throw is too low, if Brock Purdy doesn't get enough mustard on this throw, this is why these arm talent questions are so stupid. If he doesn't get enough mustard on this throw, Deonte Banks is going to pick it off. But he gets over Banks' head, and he really just drops it into a bucket for George Kittle. That is an elite throw. You're going to see from this angle, you're going to see Deonte Banks, his responsibilities, the tight end, who is Kyle Juszczyk. The other tight end on that side is George Kittle. Banks peels off Juszczyk, tries to go for that football, but can't because Brock Purdy has just placed it so damn well. Wow. Good stuff. All right, here we go. Next play. Elijah Mitchell getting his chance to run. Brock Purdy in this football game, I said 9 of 16 on those third downs. But, I mean, throws like that to George Kittle. Continues doing that. There will be, I mean, there are no credible critics of Brock Purdy right now through the 3 games. You can criticize the play on a play-by-play basis while couching it with, okay, he's very efficient on the aggregate. What you can't do is say that Brock Purdy is not impressing. To say that Brock Purdy isn't impressing just is not a credible stance right now. Good play here, just throws it away. New York Giants were all over with another massive blitz, but got to be smart. We saw Jimmy Garoppolo make that mistake yesterday against the Raiders. Didn't know when to throw it away, threw an interception downfield for the Raiders against the Steelers, if I might correct myself. Purdy rebounds for another play, but that was an underneath shot to the Jawan Jennings on third down. This was one of the third downs the 49ers did not pick up. Another blitz from the Giants, more heat. Purdy is hit. We'll see whose pressure this one is, just who's at fault for the offensive line. I know Jennings was about 2 or 3 yards short of the first down marker. So let's watch here. Giants coming with that heat. It looks like, well, Leonard Williams got past right here. You see Leonard Williams going low, getting Brock Purdy by the legs. He gets past Aaron Banks. That was one of the 3 pressures that Aaron Banks allowed on the game. Banks hadn't a lot of single pressure through weeks 1 and 2, allowed 3. So good example of the 49ers interior offensive line struggling a little bit in this game against the Giants. So the 49ers punt it there. Now they get the ball back. This is the drive where everything turns around, but we got to wait till third down for everything to turn around. Purdy gets batted down on first down. Somebody got their big arm up along that New York Giants defensive line. Ready for Purdy to throw coming off of the play fake. There's the play fake. It's big number 98. DJ Davidson got him. Good play. Good anticipation. Good play. 49ers move on to second down. Christian McCaffrey's back in the game after seeing the rest on the first drive. Ronnie Bell crossing the formation. We're going to hear from him in a little bit. Fake to McCaffrey. Oh, Deebo Samuel hit very, very hard. I think they called a penalty on the 49ers on that play, right? People initially expecting the flag to be against the Giants. I don't think that they ended up calling that against the Giants. But he got lit up. Purdy had a little bit longer here. Throws it slightly behind Deebo Samuel and allows the clotheslining from Xavier McKinney. So not great accuracy there from Brock Purdy. However, the 49ers are going to make up for it soon. They keep on trying the middle of the field against what the Giants are running defensively, and the middle of the field just doesn't seem to be all too efficient. Seemed like a very intermediate-heavy game plan, maybe to combat some of these blitzes, but it just seemed like the Giants were running the right coverage combinations. I mean, you see on this play, you've got extra pressure coming from Isaiah Simmons. So the coverage combinations that the Giants were running were just very sticky. You see just very sticky man coverage for the Giants. And maybe that's why Brock Purdy earlier in the game threw that pass that was almost intercepted by Adoree Jackson. It looked like he thought it was going to be man, but it was actually zone. This is clearly man coverage, and the Giants are sticky. You got to give Xavier McKinney credit. He's draped all over Deebo Samuel. So that leads to the 49ers making their big adjustment. They're facing blitzes on almost every down. They're facing sticky coverage. Well, they want to goad the Giants into something. And this is third and long. And this is a screen pass. This is what they ran against Chicago in 21-21 to turn the game around. And it's Deebo Samuel turning on the Jets. 30-yard gain for Deebo Samuel on 3rd and 15. And from this point forward, I tweeted at this time of the game, I said, the 49ers are going to be running screens. They're going to be running short passes, which are screens, and they're going to be going with run plays almost exclusively. Because that's how you're going to beat these New York Giants blitzes. It's going to be short passes and the run game, and you let Deebo Samuel turn on the afterburners. This was the key play of the game, so we're going to watch it one more time. This really got the 49ers going. This is where they figured out how they were going to attack the New York Giants based on how aggressive the Giants were being on the day. Watch Aaron Banks coming off the snap. Look, he just sprints out there. Big Aaron Banks is running out there. Aaron Banks, Okoreki's a dead man. Banks got him. And that springs Deebo Samuel forward for the 30-yard gain. Impressive stuff from Deebo Samuel. Impressive stuff from the 49ers blockers. And what you see coming up here is just going to be impressive recognition by everybody involved, from Kyle Shanahan on down, of what they need to run to beat the Giants. Well-timed run. You're on either when they're not run blitzing or away from the run blitz, and the 49ers were able to do this effectively in this football game. And then you're going to have to deliver the short passing game, which includes screens, in a way that capitalizes on the aggressiveness of the blitz. They're flowing left. Christian McCaffrey cuts back right, at least from our vantage point. Nice gain on first down. Chris Conley in the game. Motion for him. Handoff to McCaffrey. Good block from Chris Conley. That sets Christian McCaffrey up. But Chris Conley, the 30-year-old veteran, the 49ers love the way that he has blocked throughout his career. That's one of the big reasons that they brought him in. You could see him in motion right now, and he's going to take on Deonte Banks. Good job. Look at him just pushing Deonte Banks out of there, kicking him out the club. Sets that up for Christian McCaffrey to pick up some extra yardage. So the run game doing well. 49ers using receiving weapons in the run game. Now, this is some trickery. They're going to spread things out, move Juszczyk back over to the right. It's a Elijah Mitchell situation now. Fake to Mitchell. Throw that screen out there to the left side. It doesn't work. The Giants are all over this one. But as I said, this is the strategy, and it's going to work for the 49ers. They're thinking death by 1,000 paper cuts. That's what they want to administer against the Giants. They might be a little bit too involved in this play as far as the eye candy goes. The Giants don't buy it. The Giants with Micah McFadden, one of the inside linebackers, are able to diagnose that screen, get out there and tackle Deebo Samuel. But more success is on its way, don't you worry. Here come the 49ers with another one. Screen to the outside. Giants still blanketing it. That's Micah McFadden blanketing a screen pass on 2 straight plays. And I think, part of this is there's a difference between throwing to Christian McCaffrey and throwing to Elijah Mitchell. Elijah's a fine player, but McCaffrey is the type of player that commands more gravitational respect and also is probably able to shed some of those tackles in a more efficient manner. So what did the 49ers do after 2 straight screens fail them? They move to the gun, and they have Purdy go to Christian McCaffrey. What did I just say? I said that Christian McCaffrey might be a better receiver for that screen. And on a big 3rd down situation, they put Christian back into the game, and Christian takes care of business. So on one drive, you have 2 screen passes on 3rd and long. I think this was around 3rd and 12 or 3rd and 13. Deebo Samuel converts one of the 3rd downs. Christian McCaffrey converts the other one. I mean, Christian is just such a weapon. It's simple, but it's exactly what you need to run against what the Giants are bringing. It's going to be 5 rushers again. Because 19 is looking for somebody. And the 19 is picked up by big Spencer Burford. Burford with a key block on the screen for Christian McCaffrey. Watch this again. Burford out in space. Well executed. Jake Brendel, good job too. And Christian McCaffrey, that's all the help that he needs for the 49ers. Screen pass working to perfection. There should be absolutely no complaints about what the 49ers called in the short game right here. And I saw complaints on the internet, which is why I just feel people don't understand what's happening here. This is an aggressive Giants defense for 3rd and long, right? You've got Isaiah Simmons probing close to the line of scrimmage here. You have Bobby Okereke keeping a close eye on anything the 49ers might run underneath, but you're still able to slip Christian McCaffrey out there. And then you trust Spencer Burford to take on Simmons, and he does. And that's going to be a nice 1st down for Christian McCaffrey. Purdy under center. Pitch left. Christian. Gosh, he's such a good outside zone runner. There's that one little crease that Christian McCaffrey has to hit, and it seems that he always is able to hit it. Elijah Mitchell, too, is really good on these outside runs. But you see that crease right there? Sometimes Christian gets through that crease. You got to give credit to Micah McFadden for tripping him up here. But even though McFadden tripped him up, it's a good positive gain for Christian McCaffrey. So you could tell that the 49ers have stabilized with the short passing game and with their bread and butter run game. They're not playing into the Giants' blitzes anymore. Another run. Pitch right to McCaffrey. Oh, there's the face mask. That was ugly. That one wasn't good. I mean, you watch this on replay. It looked dangerous. It looked straight up dangerous. Charlie Werner, nice job blocking. And there's the yank from the linebacker, Jihad Ward. So that gave the 49ers a new... Well, actually, that penalty offset. I totally disagree with that rule. Offensive holding and a face mask on the defense, those are not equal penalties. They shouldn't offset. But the 49ers got the replay. The down Giants were ready for that pass to Christian McCaffrey. So it puts the 49ers into a passing situation. What are they going to do to get into the end zone here against the Giants? Well, they are going to hand off to Christian McCaffrey on second. Well, this is still the 2nd down play. What are they going to do on 3rd down? They're going to dial up number 10. Good old Ronnie Bell, the rookie. He's split up to the slot on the left side. Christian McCaffrey is now wide on the left side. And Purdy against the blitz is going to take advantage of the fact that Christian McCaffrey has gravitational pull. I paused it right now just so you could see the type of pressure that Purdy was dealing with at the release. This is a very difficult throw outside the numbers. Takes a whole hell of a lot of arm strength. But you have one of the defenders collapse because Christian McCaffrey sits down at the 8. It's how much respect Christian McCaffrey commands. This is 3rd and goal. And Christian McCaffrey's 8 yards from the end zone, but nobody wants to give him room to run after the catch. Since they don't want to give him room to run after the catch, you've got a window and you've got outside leverage for Ronnie Bell. What needs to happen is Brock Purdy needs to take advantage of that outside leverage with a very strong throw, and that's exactly what he does. Touchdown, Ronnie Bell. Beautifully, beautifully executed. McCaffrey splits out wide to just be that defensive magnet. He's going to take one of the defensive backs and keep him low. Purdy can go high even while he is getting drilled. I mean, completely drilled. It's yet another blitz for the New York Giants. And this blitz right here gets close to getting Purdy, but doesn't quite get him. Ronnie Bell makes the catch, working against Deonte Banks, the cornerback. What a play for the 49ers. I like the end zone angle a little bit more on this one because you could see what it took from Purdy to get it out there. These are not, football fields are 53 and 1/3 yards wide. Football fields are not narrow. So you're making a throw cross nearly half the field on a diagonal here. That's a tough throw while you're getting drilled. And it has to be that zippy because otherwise Deonte Banks is going to have a chance to recover. Christian McCaffrey ran your distraction. He got you single coverage. Brock Purdy beats the single coverage with just a hell of a throw to Ronnie Bell. I mean, again, there are people who try to say with a straight face that Brock Purdy does not have a strong arm or a strong enough arm to play at this league. Those people try to say this with a straight face. All you have to do is watch game tape. Tell me that's not a strong arm while he gets drilled across the field right into a window for Ronnie Bell. I mean, this is some of the stuff that's being said about Brock Purdy is absolutely preposterous. And all you have to do is watch. It's what we're doing on Lessons with Lombardi. All you have to do is watch to see how impressive this is. That one's dropped on first down. This is the 49ers' next drive. They're going to open up a 17-6 lead at halftime with a guy in his face. I mean, he had Debo. Good throw. Debo just couldn't hang on. It happens. You move on. Purdy, shotgun. Good blitz pickup there from Aaron Banks. Allows Purdy to go underneath to Elijah Mitchell, one of his 3 catches on the day. Watch Aaron, left guard for the 49ers. 19, coming in hot. That's Isaiah Simmons. Aaron Banks just stonewalls him. Now, I mean, you still have Jihad Ward getting in there. So it still has to be a quick release from Brock Purdy. Ward's in there. DJ Davidson's in there. That's what happens on some of these screen passes. And I probably shouldn't call that a screen because I didn't see linemen blocking out in front. This probably was just standard pressure given up by the 49ers, and he had to go to his dump-off man. So it's a good decision from Brock Purdy. It's good awareness. He's not going to let himself get crushed by the blitz. I'm going to watch it one more time. Yeah, there's a little bit of a win on the inside from Jihad Ward. And Colton McKivitz doesn't necessarily lose because Brock Purdy rolls in his direction, but he still has to quickly get that ball out so that DJ Davidson is not able to get his hand in there. Well done. Moving on, Christian McCaffrey. Another nice run. And McCaffrey here, he's like, no, Deonte Banks, you are not taking me down. He's got a little swagger, CMC does. Deonte Banks tried to wrestle him to the ground. Christian McCaffrey was not having it. Look, nothing on the inside. There is the improvisation. Bounces outside, not having it from Deonte Banks. Tries to stiff arm him. To Banks' credit, doesn't get stiff armed, but McCaffrey doesn't go down. You have to love that attitude from him. Sweep, Elijah Mitchell. You love that. I mean, Elijah, with his pure straight line speed, he can extend a defense like he does here. Extends the defense, beats everybody to the edge, and then as soon as it's time to cut up against Jason Pinnock, the safety, he's ready to do it. Good run from Elijah Mitchell. It's going to be nice to have him giving Christian McCaffrey some rests over the course of these games. And when he fits that well into the outside zone system, the 49ers don't have to feel as bad about taking Christian off the field. Now, Elijah doesn't have the same presence that we've seen from Christian as far as drawing defenders in the pass game, which is why it's so hard to take McCaffrey off the field. But that outside zone run does illustrate what Elijah Mitchell can bring to the table. 49ers marching again. Remember, this was a no giveaway game for Brock Purdy. That one, though, was a little bit dangerous. Popped up into the air, and Ronnie Bell made the catch. This was the Ronnie Bell game. All right, let's see what happened here. They're trying to go middle of the field again. Quick pass. And it's deflected up into the air. That was for Deebo Samuel. I know that there was just a little bit of a tangle on that play between Adoree Jackson and Deebo Samuel. Ball bounces high up into the air and right to Ronnie Bell. Got to watch that one without an interruption, right? Impressive stuff. Here we go again. Purdy looking, fires, ball popped up in the air. Ronnie Bell's got it. Johnny on the spot, Ronnie Bell. Here comes Brock one more time. Whoop. Into Bell's hands. Saves the drive. First down, 49ers. Waves to his mom in the crowd. Oh, I don't know who he was waving at, but he was waving. And the 49ers move on to next play. Handoff to Elijah Mitchell. Some bruising running there from Mitchell. Not a lot of room. Fights his way forward. Elijah had a decent game. I know his best run was the outside zone run. The Giants were run blitzing the crap out of the 49ers. They're just blitzing in general, which made it tough to run. But the 49ers did what they had to do on the ground to control the tempo of this game and, at least diffuse that pass rush enough. It seemed like the Giants were just throwing crap up against the wall with some of their blitzes. Here's Deebo to the outside, close to a first down. The second Brock Purdy sneak, I believe, is coming up right now because Deebo was about a yard short, maybe a little bit less. We'll have to do a check-in on Deebo Samuel's rushing yardage so far this season to see if he's on track for any incentives in a couple weeks. Good blocking from the 49ers. The Giants just flowed well on that play. And it does look like there was a flag that pushed the 49ers back. So they run what they love to run, one of those screen passes to try to get some of that yardage recovered. That particular screen doesn't work. Christian McCaffrey bottled up. And when you run a lot of screens, I think the defense starts anticipating them. But the thing is, the 49ers have the playmakers to beat defenses that are anticipating their plays. So it doesn't mean that you stop running the play. You still run what's going to give you the highest probability of success. That one, though, just didn't work out to Christian McCaffrey. Purdy absolutely drilled, finds George Kittle, first down. This, when we talk about elite stuff against the blitz, we're talking about stuff like this. You throw to where the blitz is coming from. And this is just a rush. I'm not going to call it a blitz. This is a four-man rush. But you throw to the right. George Kittle makes the catch. Just watch the contact that Brock Purdy beats. Aaron Banks gets beaten here by Leonard Williams. 99. Leonard Williams disables Banks' hands. And he's about to drill Purdy. Purdy knows it. And he's still able to hang in there. Throw underneath to George Kittle. Right decision. Tough play. I mean, if there's a theme here, it's Brock Purdy is tough as nails. He's taking a lot of these hits. He's hanging in there. And he's delivering downfield. That was one of the 49ers' 9 third down conversions on this game. Sets him up to score again. McCaffrey up the middle. Touchdown. George Kittle does a dance, a happy dance for George Kittle. You'll probably see it on this angle. But that's all Brock Purdy. If he doesn't convert that third down under heavy duress, then the 49ers don't have a chance to score this touchdown. And remember, there are people on Twitter at this point of the game saying that Brock Purdy is not playing well. They just do not know what they're watching. That's it. It's as simple as that. So awesome stuff. Those are the 49ers' first half points. They're 17 points. I'm going to take a few questions, and then I'm going to decide if I play more films. So stay tuned here. I still have not made a decision, but we could answer some questions here. 49ers Q&A. How's everybody doing? Hopefully well. Let's hit that like button. Mick says, that reminds me of when Purdy came in for the Dolphins game last year. Yeah, he was ready to deliver even in the face of blitzes. And I made a mistake there at that. I figured he got hit so hard that it was a blitz. It was just Aaron Banks getting beaten by Leonard Williams. So that's even tougher for Brock Purdy. They've got 7 in coverage, and Leonard Williams wins, and he still has to deliver a good throw downfield, and he did. So Brock Purdy, I mean, he's the real deal. Kyle Shanahan said it. We have to keep on saying it. Until it's not true, we can keep on saying it. He is the real deal. My take on the Cardinals is they've been playing hard. The Cardinals have been playing good football, I think, for much of this season. I don't think they're particularly talented. I don't think they have the star power that a lot of these other teams do, but they hung in there week 1. They took a big lead against the New York Giants week 2, then they blew it, and then they beat the Cowboys in week 3. So they're 1-2, but the 49ers are going to have to come ready to play against the Arizona Cardinals. All right, we're going to move on. Let's go. Popular demand, I think, wants to see more of this tape, so we'll play it. Second half, darkness taking over at Levi Stadium, or maybe late first half. I'm not sure. But we've seen all the scoring that the 49ers are going to do in the first half. Now we move on to the second. Christian McCaffrey doing more of his thing. There's a fumbled snap. I do believe this one was on Brock because we saw a close-up on the TV angle that showed the ball hitting his hands. Could have been mistimed snap, but the entire line was moving, so I do believe that one is probably on Brock Purdy. But if anything, he's been able to recover fumbles this year. Really impressive one against Pittsburgh. Now that one. 49ers, though, are backed up. That can really scuttle a drive, can it? Nice throw, but it's a little bit short of the sticks. And I believe that was third down. It's just hilarious to me that there had been talk about Purdy not being able to go outside the numbers, Purdy not having a strong enough arm for this, not having a strong enough arm for that. I mean, it's a blitz from Bobby Okereke that he's able to get the throw off with plenty of mustard. It's just unfortunate that Juwan Jennings' route was a little bit short of the sticks on that third down. Purdy, Debo. Wow. There's that yards after the catch. Monstrous. 83 yards after the catch on the game. Debo Samuel is fired up. And, you know, we saw all those shorter passes and the runs to end the first half, so the Giants had a counter adjust. The Giants started leaving Brock Purdy with a little bit more time to throw here. And the 49ers started picking up the blitz better too, right? 5 men are rushing, and the Giants have a big gap in the middle of the defense. And we saw Purdy miss a big gap in the middle of the defense early in this game. Not today. Zone coverage finds Debo Samuel. Look at that. That's really the way that he should have found George Kittle early on the play that George Kittle broke up from Adoree Jackson, but looked like Purdy mistakenly thought it was some kind of man coverage. He didn't think that George Kittle would be in danger if he kept on running his route, but he was. So you find the big hole, not just the seam. You find the big hole in the zone, and then Debo Samuel can do his thing. Look at all these guys. 1, 2, 3, 4. The fourth tackle got him. 3 missed tackles against Debo Samuel. Breaks 3 of them. That is awesome. Here's Brock in the shotgun. It's going to take a sack. Probably a smart sack to take. I don't think anybody was open when we looked there from the all 22 angles. So now we get to see who lost up front for the 49ers. Remember, those of you just joining, 85% blitz rate for the Giants. This is another one. All five are blitzing. Looks like Burford is struggling. Brendel struggling as well. Burford and Brendel both lose this rep. DJ Davidson beats Burford. Brendel loses to somebody. I can't even tell who it was, but both of them converge on Brock Purdy. RPO, George Kittle, nice throw and stride. I mean, Purdy is crisp in this game. Peter King said it the best today. If you're hoping for Brock Purdy to fall off, you're probably going to be waiting for a while. Be hoping for a while. He's money on these bread and butter plays. Kittle against McKinney sets up easier 49ers conversion opportunities. They're now across the 30-yard line. Post halftime adjustment play. Brock's going to go for one. It's not there. Smart for him to leave it a little bit ahead of Deebo Samuel and all the defenders there. If that one is a little bit shorter, it could be picked. Deebo can get lit up. I think this is perfect placement from Brock Purdy on a throw that wasn't necessarily available. Sometimes you have to take your shot, especially with that heat coming. Throws it out of reach of everybody. Good job from Purdy. Live to fight another down. He's back under center. I love the pitch straight back, especially the fast running backs. It allows them to get a full head of steam for an inside run. You have to keep those interior pass rushers honest. Dexter Lawrence, Leonard Williams, those guys have been teeing off in this game. But that run right up the middle, watch the pitch essentially straight back here to Christian McCaffrey. That run right up the middle, that keeps them thinking about something. That can help diffuse the pass rush moving forward. Single back is Christian McCaffrey. He's going to run out into the flat, and Brock Purdy is going to find him. That's a nice catch from Christian. Now, notice that Brock, again, facing another blitz, got destroyed once again. That's a theme of this game. I mean, he is responding to duress like a complete champion. That's why this is so impressive. Guys are getting backed into Purdy. Thibodeau's coming, and Thibodeau's leaping, and Thibodeau's going to hit him. And Brock is able to, kind of ducking away from the pressure of the big Kayvon Thibodeau, is able to find Christian McCaffrey accurately into the flat. Nice fingertip catch from Christian, too. More yardage up the middle. They call Elijah Mitchell Drano because it seems that he's frequently able to find the hole. Maybe you can call that nickname for Christian McCaffrey as well. Look at that, just squeezing his way through. That's like a pickup of 7 that looked like it was only blocked for about 3. It's impressive. That's a good play. We've seen a series of good plays from Micah McFadden. Seems like he had good recognition in this game. 41, the Giants linebacker. Not easy to take out Christian McCaffrey on the perimeter. That was the one player that I think this play call is counting on McCaffrey to beat one-on-one. Yeah, because unless Ronnie Bell was supposed to block him. Ronnie Bell might have missed an assignment there, but either way, McFadden does make the play. Brock threw one into traffic there, and he got the flag. Quarterbacks will tell you, that they see when one of their targets has leverage and they think there might be a chance to grab a holding penalty. In this case, Kayvon Thibodeau made contact with Kittle past 5 yards. Could rewind this a little bit to show you exactly what happened. Why did the officials throw a penalty? Well, watch 5, edge rusher, outside linebacker, left side of your screen. He's going to drop back into coverage, not necessarily something he's used to. And he can't touch Kittle past the 5-yard mark. And he does. He pushes him away, pushes him off the spot. And that really is what causes Kittle to not be able to break inside on this ball with any leverage against the other guy covering him. So the officials saw that, and they called the illegal contact against Kayvon Thibodeau. New set of downs for the 49ers. Christian McCaffrey working hard. 49ers want to get a little bit better in the red zone, right? They had some of their struggles in this football game against the Giants. Purdy, though, has been so damn good in the red zone. Look at that little sidestep. That time, Christian McCaffrey got the best of Micah McFadden. The little whoop, sidestep, side hop, I should say. You notice a lot more from Christian when you watch him later on. Good job from Purdy. Throw it away. Throw it away, take care of the football, live to fight another down, because here he's greeted with defenders as soon as he looks up. Looks up from the play fake. Uh-oh. Jason Pinnock's in your face. Nowhere to go. Throw it away. It's a tough decision for a quarterback to make, but sometimes you have to do it. So they did live to fight another down. And on that down, Purdy is swamped again with pressure. I mean, this blitzing was otherworldly from the Giants. Just the rate of it. It was crazy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 men coming here. They're bringing the house. And whenever they bring the house, you got to be ready to throw right away. Anybody saying that the read should have been left side of your screen in the end zone, it doesn't understand that Brock Purdy is getting swamped by this blitz. You've got to go to your first read. He just didn't have time. Not the right play call against what the New York Giants were running for the 49ers. Mr. Moody, first kicker in NFL history to make 3 field goals and 3-point afters in each of his first 3 games. A little spider 2-Y banana, 3-Y banana action, whatever John Gruden's favorite play is. The fake, and then the throw out into the flat, right to the tight end. Elijah Mitchell back in the game for the 49ers. I mean, hopefully you see what the 49ers are doing right now. It is, I mean, this is formulaic. This is one of their staple plays, one of their staple concepts, but just the game in general, they're controlling the game. They're controlling it thanks to what and how Brock Purdy is handling all this heat from the Giants, this 85% blitz rate. And then they're getting the occasional nice run from the running back, like that one from Elijah Mitchell. Whenever you see, one of those runs that calls for a knife through a crease in the outside zone, I think Elijah is the perfect back for that. That's what you want to call while you're giving Christian McCaffrey a rest. Look at that. Creases through. Perfect. That burst is going to give him essentially a free 5 yards. When it's well blocked like that, good play for the 49ers. They have a lead blocker this time. Kyle Juszczyk does a good job against Thibodeau, but the Giants, they're just converging on the run. At this point, the Giants know the 49ers are starting to grind this game away a little bit, right? So the Giants have to commit a lot of resources to the run, and that's why the 49ers try to keep them honest. That's why they move back into the shotgun. That's why this turns into some more throwing opportunities. Purdy spread them out that time, and here's Kittle's yak exhibition. Monstrous. Purdy under center. We saw this earlier in the game. He tells Juszczyk and he tells his running back to split out wide. Defense is stretched thin. Single coverage for George Kittle. George Kittle tells Xavier McKinney, you cannot tackle me by yourself. The yak monsters at it again. Brock Purdy pulling the string again by emptying the backfield. Empty the backfield with 2 routes here. What a dime to Christian McCaffrey. Should have been a touchdown. McCaffrey should have had McFadden. He did have him beaten there. It was good coverage, but he still beat him, but he just was dropped. Look at Purdy manipulating the pocket. I mean, people aren't playing this play enough. They talk about the 49ers having to settle for a field goal on this drive. Well, the reason they had to settle for a field goal on this drive is because Christian McCaffrey catches this ball 99 times out of 100. This was the one time that he didn't. So the first thing I want you to watch is, 5 rushers are coming again. The Giants are blitzing again. Purdy, to sidestep and evade that blitz, steps forward in the pocket, exactly what the 49ers wanted him to do last year when he wasn't doing this enough. He's made that improvement. Steps forward in the pocket while moving, while getting swiped at by Leonard Williams. He releases, and that ball is exactly where it has to be to Christian McCaffrey, who's being guarded by Micah McFadden. McCaffrey, again, replay this same exact scenario 100 times. Christian McCaffrey is going to catch this 99 of them. Just couldn't hang on that time. So it doesn't count, but Purdy had a sensational throw there. Elite, high-level throw. This is not just some Joe Schmo at quarterback. This is one of the better QBs in the game already, and he's probably only getting better. Plays like that just underscore the truth. He is playing this position at a very high level. A very high level. This drive is going to end up being stopped for a field goal. Unfortunately for the 49ers, that Christian McCaffrey drop ended up costing them. They go screen to McCaffrey, third down. He's tripped up. This will bring, or that's Elijah Mitchell. It's going to bring Jake Moody back out there. No McCaffrey, Mitchell instead. Not a lot of room. Aaron Banks tried to get over there to lay the block, but it just really wasn't feasible in that situation. They have one more play? Maybe they have one more here. Yeah, they do. They're going to go underneath the Kittle on third down. So that was second down. Underneath the Kittle on third down to set up an easier kick. That's essentially all you should be doing in this case if you're the 49ers and you're ahead in this game. So well executed by Purdy. Unfortunately for him, Christian McCaffrey couldn't hold on to what might have been the dime of the day. Reminds me of the scramble play from Purdy last year against the Seahawks where Brandon Ayuk couldn't hold on to the football. Here's Brock. Underneath. Deebo Samuel on the slant. This play is a 49ers staple when they're going to the quick passing game to beat a blitz because the inside is going to be vacated. And then Deebo, this is where Deebo got hurt. This is where he hurt his ribs. But when you look at how the defense is aligned here, and when they are aggressive, when they're starting to creep up to the line of scrimmage, they bring 5, right? Well, bringing 5 is going to open Deebo up because that fifth defender has vacated a zone. So just drop it into him with a quick release before McFadden can get over there. That's the key, is a quick release. So 41 can't cut off that throwing angle and then let Deebo do his magic. I mean, that's not easy to do on Deebo's part and on Purdy's part to set that up for that yards after the catch. Yak is a quarterback stat too. It's a quarterback stat too because this isn't easy. It's a quick throw, but the timing of this, the choreography is difficult. It requires command and a quick release. There's that quick release. You see McFadden flying in there. 49ers beat the coverage. Credit to Purdy, credit to Samuel, and I have to hope that Samuel heals quickly. Wasn't a broken rib, just was bruised, but he did miss practice on Monday because of it. Purdy in the gun. Commanding the offense, the 49ers cleared it out with some vertical routes and had George Kittle over the middle, George Kittle underneath against Jason Pinnock, the safety. This is good recognition from Brock Purdy. If you have that there for a few free yards and you keep the clock moving, that's how you manage the game properly. And he sees what the coverage is going to be. He audibles. He moves Kittle over to the right side. And he goes underneath because he's got the one-on-one. Kittle has enough to get separation in that situation. In a lot of situations, George Kittle breaks that tackle. That's a good decision from Brock Purdy. Here's Kyle Juszczyk's carry. Crowd goes, juice. Bruiser, Kyle Juszczyk. Gets the 49ers a few yards they need as they look to seal this football game. coming up. The throw that you're all waiting for. We're not too far away from it. First, we get to see some more bruising inflicted by Christian McCaffrey. So Deebo Samuel's on the near side. He's going to hand off to Christian as the 49ers continue to soften that Giants defense. They're kind of lulling the Giants to sleep. They're saying, hey, we're just in clock grind mode right now. Clock grind mode. We don't want to do anything too crazy against some of your more aggressive blitzes. It's been a little bit of a strain just to get it to this point. So as you lull the Giants to sleep, that's all great because you're setting something big up. And we're going to see that big play coming up shortly. Christian McCaffrey working out of the slot on this play. Diving catch from Purdy, puts the football where it needs to be so McCaffrey doesn't take a hit. And the 49ers now at the 30. I could sense the anticipation. But first, they're going to do some more running. Christian, left side. Toward the end of the game, I thought that the Giants were playing a little less aggressive. They realized that the whole blitzing thing wasn't working all too well for them. They were staying in their run fits. I mean, McCaffrey's still getting some yardage on these plays, but you could tell that the 49ers aren't burning the Giants' aggressiveness with counter-aggressiveness of their own. And that's why the Deebo Samuel touchdown toward the end of the game, that was more of a standard dial-up, but let's maybe part of the 49ers' early game plan. Here it is. Deebo Samuel, single coverage. What a throw from Brock Purdy. Touchdown. I know that's what you all were waiting for. So we're going to finish up with this one. Purdy seemed to be changing a little something at the line of scrimmage, maybe just the protection, making sure that he had time to throw this. And the Giants, you can count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 rushers. So whatever Purdy shifted at the line of scrimmage as far as protection went to hold the Giants off enough worked. Because I mean, it's impossible to blitz that many men, but you just try to slow the tide. And he slows the tide adequately enough to be able to unleash that throw a good 30 yards downfield perfectly to Deebo Samuel. We don't need to watch Jake Moody's extra point. We don't need to watch the last drive. We can watch this again. Purdy rips it. Samuel makes the catch. 49ers are going to be going home happy. What do you mean he doesn't have arm strength? Watch this. As a blitz converges on him, Brock Purdy throws a perfect back shoulder shot to Deebo Samuel in between the boundary and a defensive back for a touchdown. It beats Adoree Jackson. An exquisite throw from Brock Purdy, and that can cap our film review. He was really damn good. I mean, I have the stats right here. The stats were, the raw stats were fine. 25 of 37 for Brock Purdy, 300 plus yards on the game, 310 yards exactly. The advanced stats, take a look at this. We're going to go to quarterback efficiency so far this season. And as far as QB efficiency from summer sports goes, well, Purdy's been pretty damn good, as you'll see here. So ranked by expected points added per play, Brock Purdy, number 3 in all football, behind Jordan Love, who had the nice comeback against the Saints yesterday, and Tua Tagovailoa, who put up 70 with the Dolphins. So this is the fair way to look at it because a lot of people are just going to be zeroed in on a couple bad plays, a couple missed throws. Look at it in totality. I just sat here for an hour and 9 minutes showing you the full picture so we don't lie about Brock Purdy, so we don't have incorrect analysis, so we have the full picture. I pointed out what he did wrong, but I pointed out what he did so well that you might not have noticed as you were watching this football game live. And there's a whole heck of a lot to like from what Brock Purdy did. And that is summarized in the down by down efficiency from Brock Purdy that you see right here. Third in the league so far. And he keeps on playing like this. I don't think that Tua is going to be able to keep up the blistering pace forever. Jordan Love, I have even more skepticism with. I mean, Purdy can challenge for one of those top spots. And that, again, is really, really damn impressive. All right, this has been Lessons with Lombardi. Everybody like the video, subscribe to the channel. We'll talk to you really soon. Bye now.